Have you ever been scrolling on TikTok when a video comes up where somebody's building a Minecraft base? Well, when I saw this one, I asked myself, does anybody actually make these? The answer was pretty consistently no, but then I wondered, what if you actually did? Right after thinking that, I gathered 10 of TikTok's best and worst base tutorials and scaled them from 1 to 10. 1 meaning smallest, 10 meaning the biggest. And base number 1 is going to be a treehouse. Or, does it count as a treehouse? House in a tree. So it's basically comprised of a spruce trapdoor, spruce door, ladders that lead up to the main room, which is where the bed and crafting table would be. And if you're feeling a bit chill that day, you can add a furnace, and we're done. So surely they're not going to get that much harder than this. Foreshadowing. And at the end of making each base, I'm going to rate them from 3 different tests. How hard it is to make, so difficulty, how good it looks, and how practical it is. For test number 1, I'll have to give it a 1. I mean, it took me 5 minutes to make. How good it looks? I mean, it's literally just a tree. So I'll have to rate it a 1. And the third test is a 2. It's the least possible space something could have. But something that has a bit more space is the next base tutorial. This base is hanging off the roof of a cave. And this is when you'll start to see something bad about slideshow bases. See, when I was trying to make this, I saw that for some reason, the person stretched the image. There's also a couple more things that will be hard to work with, but that will be for a different situation. For this base, I just basically have to use the blocks to get underneath the base and slowly make my way down. Till I get to the bottom, where I'm going to make the floor. Then do exactly the same thing on the other side. Then with some glass to close it off, I added a few more things and I'm done. And I'll just have to rate it. So for difficulty, I'll have to do a 4 since it was a bit awkward to build. For practicality, I'm also going to do a 4 because there is plenty of room, but you can't really get to the farmland without pillaring up with blocks. And for how good it looks, I'll give it a 5. It looks pretty good. I really like the grindstone chain they made. Now let's speedrun the next 3 bases. So base number 3 was a modern house, which took about 40 minutes to make because of all the quartz I had to get. Difficulty is a 4, looks are a 5, modern, and practicality is about a 5, lots of space. Next, base number 4. This house was a bit bigger than the modern house, and it had a pool, which had storage next to it. Difficulty is about a 3, pretty quick, it only took me about 30 minutes. Looks is about a 5, and practicality is a 5 again. But I have to rate these pretty low because the next few bases are going to be crazy. Next is base number 5. This base is made for 2 people, so it's pretty big. Plus, it has easy access to a farm. And this is when I first encountered this problem, which is how the video is compacted into 40 seconds. So they don't show how long each wall is. So I had to use my Minecraft knowledge to count how far these walls are. Like literally, try to count this. I'll give you like 2 seconds. How far do you think that is? Difficulty is going to have to be a 5 since campfires are really expensive and I don't know how far the walls are. Looks about a 4, it's mid, and practicality is probably about a 5. There's a lot of space. And now we're getting to the bases that I would actually live in. This is what I call hole in the wall. The video had the house with pink walls, but I don't like pink, so I did blue walls instead. And the first thing that actually took a while wasn't mining the 12 block far hole in the wall, it was getting the quartz. Because I kept underestimating how much quartz I needed and had to go back and forth over 600 blocks to my portal. The rest was pretty easy, so difficulty is a 6. The highest yet, but definitely not the highest the rest of the video. Now for the looks. I don't know what to do for the looks, because I like how it looks, but there's also a lot of empty space. And I thought about this for a while, but I still couldn't come up with an answer, so feel free to comment what you think in the description. And for practicality, it has a lot of room and an enchanting table, so it was 6 out of 10. And now on to base 7, which is basically a farmhouse combined with a second floor, which is where all the chests would be. For difficulty, it took ages to make because of the amount of wood I had to get. But a later base would need a lot more wood, over 3 times. So because of that, I'll only do about a 7 for difficulty. And looks, it looks pretty good. So 6. In practicality, I really like the different farms. So I'll have to do about a 7. Okay, this one is pretty boring, so let me just speed run through it. So basically, I made an outline, placed a wooden roof, campfires, and then the second floor. Difficulty a 5, looks 4, and practicality a 7. So these builds have been actually really good to follow, but from now on they get a lot harder. Base number 9, second to last. It might seem like I'm 80% of the way done, but in reality I'm only 50%. As base 9 and 10 are going to take double the time of the previous ones combined. And to start base number 9, I made some pillars that led up to this platform, which I placed some fences around. What? He just placed fences all around it and then removed it 2 seconds after placing them. Okay, it must have just been a mistake. So I added the roof and some chests, and this is when I started to see how much wood I'd actually need, since most of the base is wood logs and everything that's not logs is wooden planks. So I gathered around 5 stacks and got back to work. So I added these bits on the side for just activities and a staircase on top, just so you could get to the... What? You did it again! I made a wall and 5 seconds later you remove it. And not to mention how the floor underneath the chest just changes to cobblestone. Okay, but I had to keep on going. And by now I'd easily gotten over 20 stacks of logs. Then I added and removed some fences and copied the building over to the other side. Then I added a little balcony thing and farmland under it. Then, after adding some fences, I started on the wall, which on its own took 3 stacks of wood. Then I added the interior, like an enchanting table, furnaces, and some other things. And with this last block, base number 9 is done. It's crazy how that took only like 3 minutes for you, but it took me 6 hours. Now base number 10. The last base. And by looking at the TikTok, I think you can tell why it's base number 10. Like, just look at it next to the person building it. And this is what it looks like next to base number 4. And it's blurred out because it's funny. You'll be able to see what it is when I'm finished making the base. To start off making this base, I had to do some landscaping, so that this monster of a base could actually fit. This somehow took over 1 hour to do. But then I just outlined to the base of the castle, which the video didn't show how long or wide it was, so I just had to basically guess. I could be completely off about this. And in combo of getting 3 shulker boxes full of stone and a gold beacon had taken me over 4 hours and 30 minutes. And now, with almost all of the materials, I could finish off the base.
She says she loves the islands. Turn around, I see you shining now. Now I need you by my side. Can you join me for the ride? She says she loves the islands. Turn around, I see you shining now. Now I need you by my side. Can you join me for the ride? Can you come to me? Can I come to you? Got a bag for me, got a bag for you, girl. I can't sleep, but to stay with you. I-L-O-V-E, only you. Tell me what you want, I can give you what you need. Let me take you to the club, all drinks on me. You know you my type, I know you my queen. Left foot, right foot, baby, move it to the beat. She's always got me looking. She's some I can't believe. I say we packing bucket, cause we're just meant to be. She says she loves the islands. Turn around, I see you shining now. Now I need you by my side. Can you join me for the ride? She says she loves the islands. Turn around, I see you shining now. Now I need you by my side. Can you join me for the ride?
Ooh. With all of the walls and towers done, I could build the rest of the roof. And with the blocks I've finally finished, and with this block I've finally finished, the last TikTok base tutorial. The biggest build I've ever built on this world, spending over 20 hours to build.